Hello and welcome to another Nooks Hooks crochet vlog. So it's been a hot minute since I've talked to you guys. The last time I filmed was over a week ago, I believe. It is Monday, the 1st of December today. I didn't post a video today. I usually post on Mondays, but I didn't post one today because last week was too hectic. And those that follow me on Instagram probably know that I had probably already seen that I wasn't going to post a video this week just to, I had a busy week to get through. I had family visiting. I had to visit a lot of family. I had a Christmas party to organize, a 9 to 5 to work, which was also very busy. So I decided not to pressure myself into a video. It was nice to have a bit of relaxed time, but I'm ready to get right back into it. In the meantime, what I did do is design a new free pattern. This pattern just kind of came to me on a whim. I was just kind of bored sitting at my laptop and suddenly got the idea. Started making it and designed a cute little pattern. So this is it. It's a little chubby fish and I love it so much. I made quite a few of them already. So I made this one, blue and green, purple and orange, pink and pink. And then this set, which is all the colors that are in this variegated yarn. And I'm making the last one, which is purple. So then it's a set of all of them. So this is going to be a free pattern. I haven't posted the tester call yet, but it is going to be posted this week. So I think by the time you're watching this video, I will probably have already selected testers, or maybe it's still open. I don't know. I might put a little thingy on the screen letting you know if it's still open or not. So I thought I would show you a little bit on how I design patterns. So I started with this shape. And I don't add eyes yet. I don't add fins yet. I first make a base shape so that I know how it's going to look, and then after I sew on or I surface crochet any details on and I just stick the eyes in, and then I get the placement right immediately, and then on my next try I might try to immediately make it no sew or surface crochet them or attach the eyes and everything. But so this was my first try, but with this one it's probably also the color I used, but I was just getting shrimp vibes. So I thought it needed a little something to make it less of just a egg shape with a tail. So then I added this little mouth. I actually put this one on upside down. So I added this little mouth, which I thought was great. And then I also tried out the no-sew fins and then the top fin. And that's what I was happy with. And then I went ahead and made this one where I did so attach the top fin correctly, and then I did not know where I was going to put the eyes yet, so I wanted to do it based on where the border was, so these eyes are not secured. This is just a test to see how I wanted the fish to look. And then I was happy with that, and then tried it out a couple more times in multiple different colors, made sure the eye placement was always good. And now here we are, and at this point, I just can't stop making fish, while I should be working on the actual pattern for the fish. I mean, I have the pattern, I just need to write it down nicely in a way that I can explain it to you guys. I need to make it pretty in Canva. I'm also going to be filming a video tutorial for this one, because there's a couple steps that are a little harder to do, not too hard, but they're hard to explain in words on paper. It's much easier to see visually how I do it, so that's why I would record a tutorial on how to make the fish. So it's going to be free. There will be a image-based pattern on my Instagram for free, a free tutorial on YouTube, and then also a free PDF or image-based one on my website. But yeah, I still have to work on the pattern for that one. and that's what I'll be doing this week. Then also today I visited my aunt and uncle, and my dad was driving, so I got a little bit of work done in the car. And I, on a whim, decided I don't want to make a hoodie bear. I don't want to make something with too many pieces like a cow or too many color changes. I want to make something really simple, but I also don't want to make a plain bear. So I went ahead and I made I didn't make, I started a floppy bear, a floppy patched up bear. I went with orange and green, and I always let myself be inspired by a variegated yarn that I have. So I made that. But I think now I don't actually feel like working on the pattern. Will I ever? But I don't feel like working on the pattern, so I need some time to relax. So I think I'm going to put on a YouTube video and just work on the scrappy bear for now, and then maybe in a little bit work on the fish pattern. Because I won't film today anyway, the fish pattern, because it's already a bit dark outside, even though it's only 4 p.m. So I won't be filming the tutorial. I also won't be taking the pictures today because it's already dark outside. So there's not too much I can do for that pattern. What I can do is just make a bunch of fish, which I love making. And I actually do think I'm going to sell them as keychains at Facts. Probably not make too many because I want to see how they go first, and then I'll sell them for like €5 because they're pretty quick to make, very easy. So I think not too many color changes, very brainless. I already, after 2 times making the fish, I knew it by heart, so all good. And also, what I did think about is I think coincidentally, so I used that one variegated yarn to make these and a purple one. And I think coincidentally, I have keychains. Yeah, I have them in yellow, in pink, blue, and purple. So this yarn, the variegated one, is perfect because those are the only color keychains I have, and gold. So quite a funny coincidence. So I think I'll do a couple different colors and also make some more of these, because these also remind me of that fish. I know most of you know which fish I'm talking about. I'm gonna search what it's called. It's gonna just be rainbow fish or something. It is the rainbow fish. You know which one I'm talking about? I'll put it on the screen right here. I mean, the colors don't match at all. The fins don't match at all, but it does remind me of it. So yeah, I'm going to make a couple of these. I'm going to finish my scrappy bear and just going to chill out tonight. Take it easy because I still have a very busy week this week. So today I went to visit family. I took a day off to do that. Tonight my dad is still here. Some context, my dad lives in Sweden and he's visiting from Sweden right now, and he's staying with us. So most of my time I'm spending with him and also visiting family. Tomorrow, I don't think we have plans. So tomorrow evening will be crochet time. Unfortunately, I do have to work tomorrow during the day. Wednesday, again, work. And then in the evening, I'm visiting another aunt and uncle. So no crocheting, maybe in the car, I don't know. Thursday, my dad will already be gone back to Sweden, but I do have my workout class in the evening. Friday evening, my sister is coming over, and then Saturday and Sunday, I have to work for the quiz. I have to prep the quiz for at my work. So busy week, not too much crochet, but so I would say this won't be a very long vlog, but that's what I said last time too, and it ended up being more than an hour. You guys already know how long this vlog is. I don't. We'll see how much I yap this week. But anyway, I'm going to stop yapping for now and start crocheting.
So far, majority of the blanket it has been getting made from either scraps or stuff off my shelf. So not only are we using scraps also stashed yesterday, but I'm here now. Better late than never. So I ended up doing a green row. Went ahead and added this.
Wat is dat? Wat is dat? Kom eens. Doe me een flinke mopjes. Here we have a patchy bear done. Now I actually did remember just now that I had put in my sheet that I was not going to make any more scrappy bears. Too late now, we have an extra scrappy bear. If you're looking for this pattern, it's actually a free pattern, a free mod over on my Instagram for my bear. Keep in mind that this, if you want to make a floppy leg one, you need the base pattern and 2 mods. So the scrappy bear mod and the floppy leg mod. For this video, I will also try and post it on my website, but either way, a link to the free pattern will be posted down in the description. Anyway, time to add this one to my wall. Now I'm gonna quickly go ahead and finish the last purple fish.
Sometimes, for some reason, that gets a little bit lost in these patterns. I really do love the way that the designer used the dog nose as well as the eyes, but if I were...
Ta-da! So let's do a roundup of the rainbow fishies. How are we gonna do this? Ooh, okay, not like that. Bloop. 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 Here are the 4 rainbow fishies. I'm actually so obsessed with this pattern. Oh, focus, yeah. I'm actually so obsessed with this pattern. It's such a simple make and the color choices are endless. That is something I really focus on with making my patterns. I really try to go for patterns that you can really make in a lot of different colors, like the hoodie bears are very versatile. Dinos are always very versatile. The Nessie, you can also make that in any color. A fish, you can make in any color. Whereas things like a cat or, no, not a cat. Whereas things like a tiger or a clownfish, a lion, all those kinds of things, they have their fixed colors. And when I make a pattern, I want to pump out like 50 of them. And making 50 tigers in the same colorway would get kind of boring, but if you make it in different colors, would people really know that it's a tiger? So that's why I always really like to focus on patterns that you can make in a bunch of colors. And that's how I came to this one. It's a very, very simple one, which is why it's going to be free, but yeah, I thought it was time to come out with a simple pattern. And again, I don't do monthly patterns. I don't push myself to release patterns or to come up with new patterns. I only release a pattern when the motivation is there, when the inspiration is there, when the inspiration hits me and I want to create a pattern and I have an idea in my head of something that I want to make. This is a very, very strong and important principle that I have, that I don't force myself to make patterns because I just know they won't be quality and I won't be proud of my work and I won't be able to make them as like unique and I won't love them as much as I love all my patterns now because I was just forced to come up with something instead of having an idea really pop into my head and being like, oh yes, I'm making that. And like, when is the last time I even came out with a pattern? I think the last one was my sleeping fox, which was quite a while ago. Let's see. And again, the sleeping fox, that was one that had been stuck in my head for months already. I think the first time I thought about that idea was back in March this year, but last March. And then I released it, let's see, the 7th of September. So that's already 3 months ago. So as I said, I don't release patterns very, very often, but that's just to make sure crochet stays my hobby and it's not something I feel pressured by, and also to make sure that what I do release is quality and is something that I do love. So next up, I could start writing up the pattern in Canva, or I could make a bunch more fish. And I think you can guess which one of those I'm going to choose. I am going to make a bunch more fish. So what are we thinking? I kind of very much like this design of the dark pink with the little bit lighter pink, and I kind of want to make a whole array of rainbow, of this in rainbow. So what am I thinking? Yes, because I love making rainbow things. Also, when I sell things, it just looks so cute on the booth when they're all in rainbow, and really attracts your eyes to the booth when there's like a rainbow. So, rainbow fish time. I went ahead and laid out the color combinations on the floor so that I can check them out. Yay! Wat is het? So, what we have here is a really vibrant yellow and yellow, orange and then a peachy color, red and then a salmony pink color, plum and lavender, bright dark blue, light blue, bright green, and like a really bright light green. These are colors that I barely use. They're picking up a little less bright on camera, I think. But yeah, they're super bright. I usually use these tones, the more muted, earthy tones, and now I'll be using a green that's that bright. But yeah, I did think it fit with the other color combinations, the bright colors. So I'm going to just go from left to right and start with this one. So it is accidentally the next day, and I made one fish. I made this fish and then I got distracted, and then I forgot to film for the rest of the evening or crochet. But it is now Tuesday at 7 p.m, so time to make some more fish.
This is the unofficial crochet mystery box review that you didn't know you needed. Alright, let's open this up and see what...
Orange fishy done. And I am exactly 16 minutes and 22 seconds into Avalon Crochet's crochet mystery box unboxing video. So it took me around 16 minutes, and I really was not trying to be fast at all. So it's a pretty quick make. On to the next color.
Minuscule, $3.40, because that's in Canadian dollars. So if you are in a different currency, it's going to be different. If you're US, just to give you an idea.
Red fishy done. That brings a total to 3 fishy, 3 rainbow fishies. Next up is the green one. Scratch that, I clearly don't know my rainbow. Next up is the purple one. While I'm making the purple fish, I wanted to come on here and talk about what I am hosting over on Instagram, because like last year, I'm hosting an advent calendar giveaway, which means that every single day leading up to Christmas, there is a giveaway. And a lot of them are going to be patterns, but there's also some physical items. More specifically, there is yarn and there is hand-painted safety eyes. One of the hand-painted safety eyes is EU only, and one is US only. And then for the yarn, same, there's one EU only and one US only. So I'm very excited about that. And for the rest, nearly all my patterns are up for grabs in the giveaways this month. So definitely be sure to keep an eye out for that. And also, day 24 is a very, very big and exciting prize. People who saw my advent calendar last year will probably know what day 24 is, because I'm doing the same thing this year, but no peeking. Keep the fun in it, no peeking. That's a really, really fun one. But yeah, nearly all of my patterns are up for grabs. So be sure to follow me over there on Instagram, and then to try to snag a pattern or some free yarn or some free safety eyes. Today I'm hosting the EU only safety eye giveaway, which physical items always attract a lot less participants than patterns do, but still I find it very fun to include some physical items. And this time I'm actually doing it with Kim's Creative Corner BE, which is a very good friend of mine, and I buy nearly all of my safety eyes from her. And I'm giving away 5 of her safety eyes that I'm purchasing, and I will also ship them and pay for the shipping, obviously, to whoever is the winner. I use them all the time for my Nessies, these eyes, and my favorite ones are also included, which are the beach waves. And I'm sorry I'm talking about this, because by the time this video goes live, that giveaway will have closed, but I'm sure I'm going to do another giveaway with her at some point in the future. We've already done one before where you could win my Nessie pattern and a couple sets of her eyes. So I'll stop talking about that one for now, so that you're not too sad you missed out on it if you didn't see my Instagram. Another very fun one that I'm going to do is a collab with my friend Belly Crochet, where I'm going to pay for a custom illustration. Now, Belly Crochet, or Belly Illustrates, has illustrated quite a lot of things for me. They've done the most adorable drawings of my bears, so that I could also print those as stickers and use them on designs, which is so cute, and I'm obsessed with those designs. So one of the giveaway days will be a custom illustration of any kind, of one of your makes, one of your patterns that you can then use as stickers later, or use in your pattern, or even coloring pages, things like that. So I'm very excited for that one too. And it's also just fun to collab with very good friends of mine. There are also a couple other people that I'm going to be collabing with. I'm very sorry if I forget anyone, but I'm thinking the collabs are Veronica from Looping Teddies, Naren from Crochet with Naren, Avalon from Avalon Crochets, Kim from Kim's Creative Corner BE, Robin from Sweet Beans Crochet, Cottagecore Yarns, Lily Wools, Belly Crochet, and let me see if there are any others. Sorry. Yeah, no, those were my collabs. So I'm very excited about those. I messaged people myself, asking them if they wanted to be part of it. And I also like to keep those collaborations quite small, and I'm not the biggest fan of having these massive giveaways with like 10 different creators, because it just feels kind of weird for me asking you guys to follow 10 different people for a giveaway, which is why I like to keep it small. So max 1 collaborator on a day, and I also don't want to collab every day, because I want to keep it a bit special and really highlight some of my favorite creators. So So yeah, last year I also did a collab with Melly Inspired Crochet, where I think I even did two with her. One was safety eyes and one was her sewing sticks. But I know she's very busy right now, so I didn't want to bother her with that request this time around. But definitely also one of my favorite designers is Melly Inspired Crochet. Actually, I'm gonna go off on a yap session here. I already feel it. But actually, funny story is Melly Inspired Crochet is the first person ever that I know of or that I saw that mentioned one of my patterns. I don't remember if I knew I was mentioned in the video when I started watching it or if I was watching it and it just suddenly came up. But I do remember Melly, like I was already watching her channel and I do remember her suddenly bringing up my no-sew mini elephant pattern, which I'll put on the screen here. You can find it on my Instagram and I'll have it linked down below as well if I don't forget. If I do, comment that so that I can add it. Anyway, so she had made my no-sew elephant pattern and it was like such a crazy feeling to like be watching a YouTube video and suddenly out of the blue seeing your page be mentioned and hearing someone say the kindest things about your pattern. And I remember really, I got kind of emotional and teary-eyed and I immediately messaged her like, oh my God, thank you so much. You're so kind. And then I've been watching you for a long time. I'm a big fan. And then we just really hit it off. And ever since we've been very good friends. But I know she's having a busy time right now, so she can't post too much on YouTube. But I am a very, very big Melly Inspired Crochet fan. I watch her on YouTube all the time. If you don't, you should. I absolutely love her videos. They're so comforting, and it's really like you're just on FaceTime with a friend. So, highly, highly recommend. Anyway, that was my Tuesday evening yap session. And now I'm gonna get back to my YouTube videos and focusing on finishing all of these fish. Purple, done.
Some Christmas plushies. So I make these Christmas tree pops. So I have this one and these pops.
Blue. Green. I'm all done with all of them. Excuse any play fighting noises you may hear in the background. So I'm all done with my rainbow. I'm gonna try to balance them all on my arm and we'll see how successful I am. Oh, that one's upside down. 5, 6. Wait. There we go. Ta-da! That's where I'm going to Protjes, rustig. So that's where I'm going to leave it for crochet for this evening. But I do believe it is time to open up my Excel sheet of plushies I still want to make for facts because I have made one scrappy patched up bear. Think you can see him over there. You can see him over here. You saw him being made in this video as well. That's the only bear or like facts prep I have done in the past week and a half. And my goal was for a week. Now, granted, I was very ahead on my schedule of plushies to make. I believe I had like 15 already. We can immediately check that. I do love my Excel sheets. So we had made 17 already, but we started, I guess, on the 1st of November, so that, roughly speaking, has been a little over 4 weeks with 4 plushies a week. That would bring my total to where I should be now, to 16, and I'm only at 17. And I still want to keep being ahead on my schedule, so that if I have a really busy week like I had last week, it doesn't stress me out. I mean, it shouldn't stress me out. I literally do facts to get rid of plushies. We're not talking about that. That's a whole different story, but it will stress me out if I drag behind on schedule too much. So, what is my plan for plushies? I think my Patreon members really wanted my stitch mod, so I'm thinking I should work on a stitch next. Yeah. I think it's time to get some of the character bears out of the way, because those are a bit less fun to do because they have so many more details, and I still sell them for the same price as any of my other bears. So a little less productive for me to make, but they are very much an eye catcher on the show, on the con, and everybody loves a character bear. And then I can also post over on my Patreon how I made the little color changes on the belly and how I did the ears. So on my list I have 2 stitch bears, and I think I might as well just go ahead and get them both over with at the same time. So I think that is my plan now. I am going to grab some colors and probably head downstairs and crochet a bit in the sofa, or maybe not. Maybe I don't feel like crocheting once I get to the sofa. We'll see, and you will definitely see in whatever the next clip is. So, guess who didn't crochet? It's now Friday already. It is 5 p.m. I did not crochet at all since the last time I spoke to you. It's been a bit too busy. I'm gonna start on the stitch now, but we'll see how far I get. But I think I will be wrapping up this vlog today. It's probably gonna be a very short one, but I need to, because one, I'm getting quite sick. I have a throat infection already, and that's how it always starts when I get a nice heavy cold. So I'm gonna need some rest. And also next week is super busy. I'm organizing the quiz. My friend is having her last day at the office, so gotta bake some cakes for that. And then in the weekend we're going on a little family trip, so no videos. So no filming next weekend, or pretty much throughout the whole week, which means if I want a video for the Monday after that, I have to record it this weekend. So my planning for this weekend is tonight a little more crocheting, and maybe also work on or finish the quiz that I'm hosting on Tuesday. Tomorrow I will, I think, use the whole day to film a challenge video for next week Monday's video. Excuse me, my throat is really hurting right now, so talking is not the easiest. And then Sunday it's editing this vlog, maybe already a little bit of next week Monday's vlog. And then also I have to work on my fish pattern and film the tutorial for it. I think the tester call for that pattern is going to be closed this weekend, so right before this video goes live. We'll see. So I gotta get that done too. Busy weekend, so the fact that I'm sick is not ideal, but we'll get through it, because I only have to get through one more week of hectic work 9 to 5 work plus Nooks Hooks work plus social activities. And then I have 3 weeks off from my 9 to 5, which means I will have a lot of time to relax, to prep some content for weeks that will be busy next year, to prep some items for facts. So just got to get through this one week, and then I can relax as much as is necessary. Oh, and another thing I want to do this week is the neighbors that are over there just had a baby, I believe a week ago-ish. And I want to bake some vegetarian lasagna for them, to make a couple trays, bring them over so they have some easy, quick meals to heat up on the evenings where they're really busy. So that's another thing I want to do this weekend. So the background of my computer just changed, so that's why the lighting changed. But yeah, so busy weekend. I hope that my cold is not too bad this time around, but when it starts with this much throat pain, I know it's probably going to be a bad one. So better get as much stuff done now as I can in case I just won't be able to work this weekend. And let's hope that my voice and my throat is totally fine for Tuesday when I have to host the quiz, because I have to talk quite loudly for everybody. Anyway, enough yapping. I'm going to get crocheting on my stitch bear now.
That is all you need to know, and I'm going to take you along with me for every step of the process. If you're new here, hi, my name's Erica. I love any and everything yarn related.
So good evening. It's now 8:45. I'm in my warm and cozy, toasty hoodie. This is how far I've gotten on the stitch bear, but honestly, I think I'm gonna leave it there for today. I am just feeling this illness creeping up on me pretty badly, and not only am I in pain because of my throat, I'm also in pain because of my back, because I actually have this one vertebrae at the top that is positioned a bit wrong. And I went to a physical therapist today, and she maneuvered it a bit to get it a bit looser so that eventually it will get back in place. But that does mean that my back is now even more sensitive than it was before. So I am currently surviving on tea and a couple painkillers, and I think right now it is time for me to head to bed. I'm pretty sure this vlog is going to be quite short and a bit all over the place, but I do remember yapping a lot to you guys, so it might end up not being as short as I think. But honestly, a short vlog would be good for me, because the longer the vlog, the longer I have to edit. But anyway, that's where I'm going to leave it for tonight. I hope you still enjoyed it, even though it was a bit all over the place. But my next videos will be a lot more put together and thought through, although I also do like showing this side of what the life is really like, balancing a 9 to 5 with a social life, with a small business. That being said, be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and I'm enjoying this YouTube stuff so much. So I hope to see you in the next one, and thank you for joining me in this one. Bye!